Hey, what's happening, guys? Dan Dario here with another Options in Play video update. Uh, there's clearly been some gigantic moves over the last week. Last month, last couple months. All all sorts of all sorts of big names flying around. There's been moves on the downside. There's been moves on the upside, um, and and honestly, I just don't see it slowing down anytime soon, just based off of what's going on and what the charts look like right now. But we get these constant reminders pretty much every single day that you really need to make sure you got some sort of trade management process when you get into a position, right? So whether that's having an exit strategy when it's not working for you, right? So like a stop, whether that's technical stop or when we trade options, we use net debit stops. It's really important to have some sort of idea of when you get out, right? Like when does the trade not make sense, or when is the thesis broken, right? Is that a technical level, or is that like you lose like half of your money in the options? Then that could be a point where you say, okay, that's enough. I'm hitting the stop loss, and I'll wait for a new setup, right? So stops super important. Also on the flip side, when a trade's working, got to make sure you're locking in money. Reversals can happen really, really, really fast. Today was just another an example of. I'll show you the intraday. Just another example of how quickly these reversals can take shape. We opened down a bunch. This was the Nasdaq, the Qs, right? Opened down a bunch, had a massive intraday reversal. You saw some stocks that were up 10, 15, 20, 30% just within the morning after like big oversold bounces, but you don't take gains, what happens? It starts rolling right back down, right? So you need to have some sort of idea of like how you're going to take gains. We have like the roll rules, right? We've talked about rolling all the time. We have our targets. When it hits our target, we're trying to lock in money and reduce risk. So rolling down to contracts, typically it's the same expiration period, and then we want the net debit of the roll down to be less than or equal to the original net debit, okay? Or if possible, you want the roll down to be less than the profit you made on that trade, because then you're kind of playing with only the profit, right? And if the roll down expires worthless, well, if you only risk the profit, then that's all you're giving back. You're not cutting into your original risk of the trade, right? So a name like BITO, crypto, yeah, Bitcoin's really getting hit hard, right? And it looks like it can continue lower. But at the same time, it's already had a really sharp, really fast drop to the downside. So even if you think it's going lower, right, the speed of the move has accelerated so far from the 8 EMA that there could be a pause, or maybe like a little bit of a bounce. And when something gets this steep, whether it's on the upside or the downside, a bounce can be pretty sharp, even if it's within like the downtrend, right? So it's great to have conviction. It makes a big difference in a tape like this to have conviction, but at the same time, you want to be smart, right? You want to make sure you have stops or an exit strategy when you get involved, and you want to make sure you got targets and an idea of how you want to start rolling or locking in money as it moves in your favor, right? And it's not just like hoping it gets here or hoping it does this. It's having an idea, sticking to the game plan, and executing when it gets to those levels. Okay. But like I said, it just feels like it's going to be busy for a long time now. There's so much going on, and I don't know when we're going to get a big bounce. It might happen soon, might not happen for a little while, but even when we get a bounce, it doesn't seem like it's really going to dry up on the volatility front. So it should be busy. Okay. So if you like this video and you're looking for more information about managing options or swing trading with options and how to manage them, please follow up with the link in the description of the video for more information on options to play. Have a great night, stay well, and I will talk to you all tomorrow.